Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video, which is kind of a special video. So we're in the time frame of January 1st to the 7th, 2023. It didn't take that long to get used to saying that for some reason. Now there's still room for error this week. It's the first week, but seems to roll off the tongue pretty easily anyway. So this is going to be a little different. It's not going to be a weekly video. In lieu of our weekly video, we are doing the 2023 overarching energy. So our yearly themes for 2023. And at the end of this, I'll link the 2022 video. It's only about 10 minutes. I'm not sure how I did it in 10 minutes last year. I feel like grab a snack this year. We've got some things to talk about. So this one might be a little longer. I'm going to read from some guidebooks because we've got some very specific decks to get our energies for the year from. But I will link 2022 at the end of this video. It's kind of interesting to go back and watch the previous year to see how it unfolded, or in the case of 2022, how it unfurled, because that was our Akashic keyword for the entire year of 2022. And I feel like that hit the nail on the head. I feel like it was a year of unfurling, not always comfortable, right? Kind of pushing boundaries, pushing comfort zones, but growing and really dialing into what it is we want just by experiencing contrast. So I feel like that was a very appropriate keyword for 2022. This year, we will be doing an Akashic keyword, and that's one that I channel. It's a theme word for the entire year. Each week, if you're new here, each week I channel 3 Akashic keywords as guiding energies for the week. But for this one, it's going to be a guiding word or a guiding energy for the entire year of 2023. So I will give you the details on that momentarily. I'm really excited about this one, especially on the heels of the 2022 unfurling energy. It feels good. So we'll get our Akashic keyword, our theme for the year. We will get a yearly number from Michelle Buchanan's numerology deck. I do this usually in personal readings when it's a yearly theme, or birthday readings, or when we do this annual forecast kind of reading. So we'll get a numerology theme for the year. This year, I didn't do this last year. I love this deck so much that and I use it mainly for personal use so much that it's kind of falling apart. But this will be an angelic energy for us to work with for the year. As a collective, and then we will get sort of an herb or flower ally energy to work with. We will do our crystal energy this week from the Crystal Spirits deck, and we will get a spirit animal or animal totem energy for the year from the Spirit Animal Oracle. I think that's it. Yes. So and some of these I will read from the guidebooks. I know that can get a little lengthy, but I just feel like when it's an annual reading or a more encompassing reading for the collective, that's going to be a guiding theme throughout the entire year, that I like. For some guidebooks, I get prompted to read from those just because I feel like different things will jump out for different people, and I want you to have the biggest picture you can since this is a yearly theme. So let's get started with our Akashic keyword for the year of 2023. And I think that I said this last year. I would also do it this year, but you can tell that I did not spend my year working on technology or editing videos, because I would insert a drum roll here, but I still haven't learned to do that. So just imagine it. So for 2023, our Akashic keyword for the year is coherence, which I love. It has come up. So I channeled it a couple weeks ago. I've kind of been sitting with it, asking for details, asking for clarification. And so many things have come in since then that support that keyword already, that it has been astounding. So the message I got about coherence when I asked for clarification or how it's going to apply most broadly to the collective, it may mean something specific for you. Don't forget that. But as a broad guide word for the collective, it means connectedness. When parts are all headed in the same direction. So coherence being kind of like I'm shown a straight line with an arrow, and everything kind of comes together like a magnet and heads in the same direction. Like all of the parts form a whole, all of the parts are coherent. They all head together in the same direction. And that direction is what we've spent the past year creating during our unfurling energy. So we know 2022 was really a time of kind of dialing things in. And that could be by process of elimination, like just dialing into the things we didn't want, which could have felt uncomfortable. But by process of that, we know what we do want more clearly and can come into coherence with that. So it's when everything's moving in the same direction, when the heart and the mind are connected, when the body and the spirit are connected, and when the physical self and the higher self are connected. So that is our energy for this year. If you feel called to look up the definition or look up some meanings of coherence, it may mean something different for you, or you may have a coherence practice that works for you as far as aligning your physical self with your higher self, or aligning your heart with your head, your heart with your mind. So whatever it means for you is fine, but the broader perspective is that it is just a connectedness, and all of us are headed in the same direction. And all of us as a collective, and all of us as all of our physical, mental, spiritual bodies individually are headed in the same direction. So it's like a collective and an individual coherence. So that is our keyword for this year. I love it already. Let's talk first about, I was going to do the number first, but I think I'm going to do the number last. So let's talk about the angel energy first. And I did draw these. The only thing I knew ahead of time was the coherence keyword. The other ones I drew and set here, but I have not looked at them yet. So our angel energy is going to be Iamal, and it's Archangel Iamal, not a really commonly known or worked with angel for many people, but there are a lot of them that are not as well known as, say, Gabriel, Raphael, and Michael. So Iamal has a contemplative word of change, which I love, combined with the energy of coherence, of movement forward. The symbolism is air, and it says the net of love is a constant companion to change. When we leap, it spreads gently below us, offering a safe harbor in which to grow. Archangel Iamal reminds you to breathe and relax into each moment of life. And that's one way to come into coherence, right? Is to just breathe and relax. By embracing and moving through the many seasons of your life, you welcome the growth that comes with change. Rather than looking behind you or too far ahead, that's that I am here now energy we've been getting over the past couple weeks and months, right? Rather than looking behind you or too far ahead, be in the season that is directly before you, loving the seasons yet to come. That has come up a lot lately. So be here now. That's how you create what you want. There is a mantra you can work with to work with Archangel Iamal, and it is, I embrace change, knowing that my life is divinely guided. So kind of perfect for a yearly angelic energy. I embrace change, and you can work with this mantra daily during the year. I embrace change, knowing that my life is divinely guided. So there is our angel energy. These cards are absolutely beautiful. Just the text on the back. I embrace change, knowing that my life is divinely guided. So that's our angelic energy, our first oracle card for 2023. And then let's talk about our herb ally, or our plant ally, next. And it's Heart's Home. Heart's Home Hawthorn is our herb ally or plant ally for this year. So this is about connections, which is the same sort of initial message I got about coherence, is about connectedness. So Hawthorn is about connections, open doors and open portals that allow for connection between the divine and the material or human world. So it can also be between people. It can be, like I mentioned, this is very connected to coherence. So it's, the connection between the higher self and the physical self, the connection between the outer world and the inner world, the connection between the heart and the mind, the body and the spirit, but also all of us. So each one of us having those personal connections, going out into the world as healthier people, healthier, more coherent people, and all of us having better connections. So this Hawthorn energy, all about connectedness on a personal and collective level. And then let's talk about our animal spirit energy. And I think I will read from the guidebook, at least a snippet from it for the animal energy and the crystal energy. So let me just, we have grasshopper spirit, which I love. Let me show you this grasshopper. And it says, take a leap of faith. So I'm going to put him here while I look his page up in the guidebook. Says right now you are poised to jump into the next level of your life and move forward into something even better than you could have imagined. When grasshopper spirit appears, it is a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown. For grasshopper spirit represents the innovative spirit that says, why not? And has faith in the powers of co-creation. You are being called to trust that this is the right time to go with that idea, relationship, or situation. Take risks, for abundance in all forms will show up for you. Wondrous things await when grasshopper spirit appears. You are not going backward, so listen to your intuition rather than your fearful ego that resists any change and clings worriedly to what was. Luck is on your side. Jump up and forward with confidence, for spirit has so much more in store for you if only you take that leap. So a couple things jumping out. That, I did not mean to say that, but a couple things jumping out grasshopper style. This says you're being called to trust. This is a process of co-creation, leap into the unknown. It's time for change. And that's what we're seeing already with I embrace change, knowing that my life is divinely guided. So really, really coherent reading so far, right? So grasshopper spirit says, take the leap, take a leap of faith. And even more strongly, the message I'm getting is just trust. Even if the leap makes you uncomfortable, trust that you're divinely guided. Okay, let's take a look at our crystal spirit energy. It's Chrysocolla this year. I love this. I'm going to set this one here as well, so you can look at that while I find it in the guidebook. So Chrysocolla says essential meaning is speaking your truth, heartfelt communication, which is connectedness, right? And right speech. When you speak your truth, you are being true to your soul's desire to participate in the co-creation of a better world and a better life for you. Chrysocola's spirit message for clear, authentic speech that arises from your heart is this: the force of the conscious universe's love is here for you today as you choose to speak up and speak out. For you can be a clear channel for what needs to be said. Your voice is so very important. You are a unique being with your own calling and destiny, and the conscious universe expresses truth through you. Practice choosing your words consciously, coherently, right? Practice choosing your words consciously as you voice a difficult truth or speak up on behalf of someone who has felt powerless for too long. Be assured that because of your commitment to heartfelt communication, your voice will ring out, cutting through the noise. And that's, I think, an especially important message. Is there's a lot of noise these days. There's a lot of opinions, and everybody has a forum to express those, right? More than we've ever experienced in history as we know it anyway, with social media and electronic communication. Everyone has a platform with which to express themselves, which can be great, but can also be just a lot to sift through and wade through. So by using your voice for truth, it sort of rings out like a bell and connects you through that coherence. If you think of coherence also like a tuning fork, like you strike it and you're in coherence, you start to vibrate with people who are at that same frequency, right? So it's that kind of coherence, as well as when you speak your truth, when you are your authentic self and you are embodying that fully, you're going to connect, which is coherence. You're going to connect with those who are vibrating at that same frequency, like-minded people. So there is sort of a written meditation you can do to connect with the energy of Chrysocolla. It says it's an excellent stone to use when we need assistance in speaking our truth. Meditation with this stone helps open and clear the throat chakra, allowing the words of the heart to rise up and be expressed. Chrysocolla teaches us to be aware that our words carry vibration through sound and asks us to be conscious of what vibration we are choosing to send out into the world. So that's, again, consciousness, connectedness, coherence are all huge themes for this year. And by being in our truth, we connect with others that are in that truth as well. So that's our crystal energy for this year. And then we have our, last but not least, our numerology card. I hadn't looked at it yet. It's communication. It's 33, which is like a master number or an angel number. If that resonates with anybody, you might want to look up angel number 33 or just Google angel number 33 and see what resonates for you. I'm seeing kind of a lot of gold and yellow this year too, which is like solar plexus, which is really kind of coming home to ourselves, right? And embodiment and self-worth and empowerment, but from a gentle space, a space of coherence. So communication has come up quite a bit so far. I mean, it's very tied to coherence. But also look up that angel number 33 if that resonates for you. So let me read to you about the number 33. Communication says this card indicates the need to communicate your thoughts and feelings and have the courage to speak your truth. So same message as Chrysocolla. Instead of keeping things to yourself out of fear of judgment, ridicule, or conflict, you must express your honest opinion. By doing so, you are releasing the energy from your being and promoting a healthy body and mind. This card indicates that you have something important to say. And that has come up a lot. So if anybody's working on, like blogging, vlogging, articles, writing, anything like that, this is all about self-expression. And it keeps coming up. You have something important to say. You are being encouraged to communicate or express yourself through writing, speaking, singing, dance, acting, music, or art. You may prefer to compose poetry or note your thoughts in a journal and keep your ideas and feelings to yourself. Or you may choose to voice them to others so that you may give and receive guidance, wisdom, and hope. Whether your message is intended to inspire those around you or simply heal yourself, it is important and necessary to help raise your own vibration, which in turn raises the vibration of the world. So that's that tuning fork example, right? So you get healthy, you are in coherence, you begin to vibrate along with those who are also doing the same work. In order to improve a current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to communicate and express your truth. When you are honest and respectful and seek to serve the greater good, your message will be received in the best possible light. Honest communication is key. And there's an affirmation here that says, by communicating my truth, I create a healthy, harmonious life. So really the two kind of mantras and affirmations that jump out at me, if you connect with these and want to work with them for the entire year, kind of write these in places where you're able to see them. By communicating my truth, I create a healthy, harmonious life. And I embrace change, knowing that my life is divinely guided. So that's our 2023 energy. I hope you enjoyed it. I love the energy of coherence. Let me know what you're working on to bring your heart, mind, body, spirit into coherence, and how you're embodying your truth, what you're working on this year. If you have any plans, I'd love to read your comments. I will see you next week, back with a regular reading next week. See you soon. Have a great week.